creation, everything. So chanting these prayers or this, and with the meditation of the meaning of these practices. And that means we are relaxing on the rupa status. Relaxing ourselves in the rupa status while we are chanting and while we are feel so closeness with from our bottom of our heart. And the root of the refuge is always in the teaching mentioned is devotion. Devotion, or if I use the word faith, F-A-I-T-H, faith, that means confidence, that no return, no reversing, not second mind. You are the source of refuge. You are the source of protecting. You are the protector. You are the refuge. You are the helper. From now until I become transcendental Western rainbow body, or achieve the transcendental Western rainbow body, or to become Buddha. Determination, courage, and commit. And a common word, that what they called loyalty. Loyal. When you have the loyal and confidence, blessing comes. Blessing enters. For that reason, gracious teacher Guru Padmasambhava said, when you have the confidence and the determination together, that individually will fulfill all the wishes. If you have the determination and confidence with the devotion, then fulfill the wishes. Wish what we want. We like to be free from all the negative emotions, like to help to all the beings, support to all the beings, or at least bring them some degree of the peace and joy, happiness, midst of the turbulence of what we sentient beings go through. Some degree of the window of light, or light of the what they call Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder, midst of the dark clouds. Something you bring that, ushering that, bring confidence, joy, and really, and with those beautiful intention thought, and then chanting this prayer, well, meditating, or in this status. This status. So beholding, that means here, the refuge is, in this absolute refuge, recognize that one's own innate nature. Innate nature of the three kaya. Here in the translated too, I take refuge by recognizing my nature. Recognize one's own innate, beautiful nature that been waiting us all these countless years. Now the things, the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, his light, his kindness, his teachings, we are lighted out, we discover our long lost or long ignored treasures. We bring out that call it. This treasure is not just treasure to our own self, treasure for all the beings, to every living being. Share that. So with those, with joy, appreciation, confidence, and then recognize these innate qualities and take this chanting these prayers and then recite these prayers. Then as many as you can do even each session. In the teaching mentioned over 100,000 times. That means that much we are meditating, that much we are connected to our treasures, our inner treasures. Treasures. We are really activating our own treasures, glorifying our treasures, repolishing our treasures, cherishing our treasures. How wonderful, how beautiful. Feel that. And then chant this. After that, then in the teaching it says, receive all the blessing light and Chetsun. All that refuge tree or Chetsun is dissolved in the light and merge to yourself, to your own nature of the mind, to your own nature of the three kaya status. status and meditating as much as you have time. Relax in that status. Then next one is the bodhicitta. I mentioned, and of course you all know, the external bodhicitta, relative bodhicitta. We heard so many times. Wishing bodhicitta. And then actualizing bodhicitta. Those both are known as relative bodhicitta. First is wishing bodhicitta. And that is, wishing bodhicitta is, as we mentioned, the good heart. Good heart for all living beings. That good heart is wishing bodhicitta. Sizzling quality. Waking up that beautiful treasure midst of all the ego habit patterns. Clothes is really waking up now. Coming out. Coming out. That is wishing bodhicitta. With that thought, and then take refuge vows. Or refuge prayer, bodhicitta vows. And taking, refuge is the foundation of all the practices. Now, if we don't have the refuge vows, refuge practices, we won't have the bodhicitta, according to teaching. The foundation of the Buddhism, no matter whichever schools you are, is refuge. So with the refuge, and then we take the bodhicitta. Bodhicitta. And bodhicitta vow is wishing bodhicitta. Wishing bodhicitta. In order to do wishing bodhicitta, then we have to activate wishing bodhicitta, which is called activating bodhicitta. And then, of course, those are translated slightly different ways, that you all know slightly. But whatever is, first is intention, and then they take the vows, and then wishing, activating bodhicitta. Activating bodhicitta is, then relative bodhicitta is 6 paramata, based upon the 4 immeasurable essays. Or that means, based upon the wishing bodhicitta, you perform the 6 paramata practices. 6 paramata practice. If 6 paramata practice is also known as accumulated merits. We often heard, in order to reach enlightenment, in order to dispel all our heavy load of the duality and habit patterns, we need to get up to the 2 merits. Merit is force. Merit is like powerful wind. Merit is powerful like fire. Fire that will burn, scare, clean way, clear way, like water, spring water, clear way. That is merit. Merit. Merit is then 6 paramata based upon these 4 immeasurables. Immeasurable. That is. Then among that, always in the teaching in this teaching highlighted 3 morality. Morality, of course, every those 6 paramata has 3, divided into 3, but morality, highlighted that, is 3 moralities. The morality that avoid, those 3 are morality that will avoiding all the negative activities by body, by speech, and by mind. Avoiding all negative activities. That is generally moralities. In the Buddha teaching, gracious teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni teaching, is conduct. Conduct of the body, conduct of the speech. And that then, of course, all those 2 conductors are relying with the conduct of the mind. Mind is the instrumental, behind the scene, ruled every our conduct. So, conduct of the mind. Avoiding negative activities. That is not number 1, or 1 of the morality. Second morality, of course, many of you already know. The performing or gathering all the virtuous activities. Morality that gathers all the virtuous, positive activities by body, by speech, and by mind. By. And what is that virtuous? Virtuous by body. Virtuous performing good deeds by the body. Good activities. Meritorious activities. Supporting to the communities. Supporting the monasteries. Supporting to the congregations. something service to the others that will fail, or service to the three jewels in the Buddha teaching often mentioned, Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas. And then virtuous activity of the speech. What? Polite, kind word, polite word, gentle word, respect. Respect. Also physical activity, also in a great master, Shantideva said, when you look to the sentient beings or the other beings, look with eye of compassion and respect, joy. Nice, smiling, and looking gently and respectfully. People know what they call the body language. Others know. Kind of more gentle, more peaceful, more polite, more nice. All those are known as positives. Positives. Even in teaching Great Master Shantideva, even you have to indicate something by not just say this and that kind of so shortly, but gently swinging your right arm. In the teaching mentioned, right arm is considered kind of respect arms. So gently swinging your right arm and showing the people kind of like indicating whatever that very with gentle word. Those are all known as respectful, virtuous activities. And then virtues of the mind is love and compassion, kindness, all that. So the gathering of all the virtuous activities both. And that is second morality. Third morality is then performing all the beneficial activities. That whatever you can do, benefiting, helping, best upon with the good heart, best upon with the bodhichitta, whatever you can do, according to your capabilities, according to your readinesses, not overdo, but do, don't stop. Do whatever you can do. Do that with joy, do that with respectfully, do that with politely, and when you did that, also you feel after, or we feel after, feel happy and joy, I did something good. Feel happy. And dedicated that merit. May I be able to do that more to benefit all living beings. As a gracious teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni, and all those great masters, all that such as Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, even though they reach enlightenment up so long time ago, but still in the teaching mentioned, they are as like acting as a bodhisattva in order to benefit more outreach to all living beings. That was the teaching said. So, kind of having those beautiful intention, thought, and then take the bodhichitta vows. So those are kind of brilliant. Again, I'm highlighted bodhichitta, relative bodhichitta. With that, then all the paramatas, keeping practices, those are known as the bodhicittas or relative bodhicittas. And then here too, on this absolute bodhicitta. Bodhicitta practices here, also in the teaching, mentioned that you see, he has said here, that all beings with their temporary compulsions. So that is really the why we develop in bodhicitta, in this absolute bodhicitta. Because all the beings, they're temporarily confused. This temporary is, of course, not forever, but this temporary is for a long time. When these are confused, when we sentient beings are confused, according to the teaching, we confused from the beginner's times. We confused. Since that confusion times until now, all the sentient beings are struggling to face the comfortable zones. Everyone is looking for comfortable zones. Something kind of feel secured, something happy, something for really feel peaceful. But yet, not everyone is achieving that. Even they got something for a short time, is not secured. It's not long. It's just only temporary pause, temporary comfort. Otherwise, it's all carried. Why? Because of duality, conception we created. one's own self, by ourselves. For that reason, Great Master Shantideva said in his teaching, even every living being is longing to have happiness and peaceful joy. But that very cause of happiness, joy, that what they have, they destroy without knowing by themselves. Thinking is good for us with ignorance. So therefore, what this great Master Shantideva, how pathetic all the living beings, sentient beings, thinking I'm doing something good for myself to feel happy and joy, to kind of create more permanent, some degree happiness, but yet that very cause is destroyed by the ignorance. Ignorance. And that ignorance is activated in the 5 emotions that we know. Or 4 emotions: anger, jealous, hatred, thought, self-important, greed, pride. And between the combination of those, then anxieties, worries, sadness, unsecured. That endless goes on and on. Even in we human beings are not considering in the great teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni said, higher realm. We in a higher realms. Even we have all that things. And even everything is a comfort, everything is a perfect due to our own ego clinging in a self-important and a greedy we destroy. We spoil ourselves. And they're trying to point their finger to someone else and create more troubles. More troubles. We do that so many times. Why? Because of ignorance. Because of this attachment and the greed. How that long going to last that long? How long? Not forever, according to teaching. Temporary, that's what in the teaching said. But even this temporary, they're going through all the difficulties, troubles. For that reason, these great Dzogchen practitioners, in the absolute level, feel great compassion. I'm going to help to all them. I'm going to help to wake up them to the origin, their innate natural status, free from all these delusions. Delusions. For that reason, that I'm going to meditate on this nature or on the Dzogchen status. That status. And have those beautiful attitude of intention, thought, and chant these prayers. Then I'm chant and again meditating this. More meditating on this status. Start this great Bodhichitta practice with compassion. Kindness, compassion, thoughts, and understand exactly the situation and circumstance, what is going through. That we can see our own outreach of these 5 senses. We can see so many people. Even this country is considered the best country on this earth, or one of the best countries on this earth. But how many people are really going through challenges? Through that. And don't mention other countries. How many things? And then everything of all the other realms, hell realms, hungry ghost realms, animal realms, and animal realms. How many animals are suffering? How many animals are really also going all the challenges? So many troubles. That. And their keen intentions, everyone same. They're happy and joy, peace, like to comfort. But that, all that, because of this situation, all that, igniting on the great compassion of the relative truth, loving kindness, really forbearance thoughts, and then activating for the great joyful effort for the Dharma, great joyful effort for the practice, meditate, helping to them. With that intentions, and then this is the practices. All these delusions, all these confusions started with ignorance. How is going to liberate it? How going to play with that? self-liberating. Self-liberating is not going to use some other antidotes and spell. Some other antidotes. Who created that? If I use simple word, created by the mind. Who going to buy clever that? By mind. This is like what? Called homeopathic techniques. Homeopathic techniques. Use the same remedies. Remedy to clear with the same techniques. So that is, therefore, is self-liberating. Wisdom, the mind, will liberate clear.